Everything should be working. That was weird. Anyway. If it ain't chaos, it ain't me, honestly. Hello, everyone. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face. Card making space. Live. Unscripted. Unfiltered. Supervised today. The unpaid intern sitting in the corner to help.
That's me.
I was live yesterday, unsupervised.
I tuned in.
You did. You tuned in a little bit. He was keeping an eye on me. But yeah, I was live yesterday. That's on my channel. That was fun. And live today, because on Sundays we go live. And yeah, I don't think I have any housekeeping or anything that I can think of. Other than just stayed... Huh? Who what? Well, yeah, the half-link thing. My links are affiliate links. I need to find a way to remember to introduce that in the beginning of live streams.
Mm-hmm.
I do it in the beginning of all my videos. I always forget, even though I have disclaimers everywhere. You know, hashtag app links below all my videos and disclosures and all the things, because it's proper, in my opinion. But yeah, my links are affiliate links. And all that means is if you click on any of the links, pretty much any of the links that I ever provide or that the unpaid intern provides, whatever, and then if you order anything, I get a little kickback from that. That is what helps. Adds up throughout the month and helps pay the bills. Pays for my lights, my heating. Enables me to keep bringing out content. Oh, I saw that. I was at D&D. Oh, that would have been fun. Jealous. Yeah, I heard the sigh.
Now that we have a gaggle of adults that we could...
We do have a gaggle of adults.
We should definitely start a campaign. It would be a lot of fun.
Probably. I've never played. I've been watching Vox Machina.
Yeah.
With Chris in the evenings. We're on the second season of it, and I love it. I love it. It's not for everyone. It's animated, and yeah, it's based on Dungeons and Dragons. So we watched the Mighty Nine. That was the new campaign, new season. We watched that a while ago, and then now we're going back and watching Vox Machina, and I love it. I like the world building and fantasy and all that stuff. Anyway, yeah, affiliate links. I posted a ton of videos last week. A ton, literally. Did a live stream yesterday. And, oh, I'm seeing a comment with that. Her library hosts D&D on the 4th Saturday of the month. That's fun.
I know.
That's super fun. I love it.
We have a lot of, card game stores that have...
We're getting more into that.
Yeah.
More, we have a local-ish place that does board games. I wouldn't be surprised. I bet that they probably have.
Thursdays.
They do.
I go in there, he's like, you want to... He asks everyone that goes in there if
I love it.
they want to join.
I love it. I like that it's like board games and that kind of stuff has really been making more of a resurgence.
It's interesting how those have sort of become third spaces compared
to... Oh yeah. I have a friend that did a whole kind of a year in review. I guess they were tracking the board games they were playing and stuff, and what their most popular ones, and then saying which ones were their favorites. And I'll have to show you the list because he's very familiar with quite a few board games. But there was some on her list that I was like, oh, Chris might be interested in these.
Yeah.
What was that one that we played over the holidays? Foundation. Recommend. It's one of those ones where you need to do a playthrough at least once to kind of figure out, but it's not crazy difficult to figure out.
It's on Settlers of Catan.
Yeah, if you like Catan games, I love Settlers of Catan. I haven't played that in years, but we have all the add-on. I have all of it. I came into this relationship with my stack of board games, and then he came into it with his stack of board games, and we're like, wee. Anyway, I don't play board games that often. I don't have time, but I did play that Foundation one, and I really enjoyed it. And he had to hold my hand the whole time, and just because I was like, you have to explain it to me like I'm 5, but we did a playthrough. I really enjoyed it, and now I'm just like, when are we gonna play again? So I'm
kids over.
Yes. So I recommend that one. Anyone who has played the Catan games, look into Foundation. It is kind of a similar idea
Rebuilding Scotland.
yeah, you're rebuilding Scotland. So I was just like, here for it. Anyway. Um, haven't seen more. Okay. Yeah. So that was just total little rabbit hole sidetrack. Fun. Super fun. Love it. Yeah. I posted videos. I did a live yesterday. I have a bunch of videos coming again this week. I'm part of, I think I have 2 releases this week. I don't even know. Y'all, I don't even know what all is going on. Everything is chaos. And hello to everybody tuning in. I appreciate you. And boop. There we go. Oh, I need to flip my planner over to this week. Because yes, happy March as well. February flew by like complete insanity. I couldn't even think straight. I'm just... Okay, yeah. I have a lot of content again coming this week, and everything will be good. Okay, so... Boop. 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 Yeah. Everything I plan on using is listed and linked in the description box below. And then if, for some reason, although I don't think I will today, if I use anything random, he'll either add it or I'll add it. We'll see who gets there first. But I have a pretty good idea. And I did some prep work. This shouldn't be too long, unless you guys get me going down some other random rabbit hole and I end up going on a rant and getting myself fired or something. I don't even know. You know, I'm self-employed, but I could see me firing myself. It's only a matter of time. Okay. No, I've been asked that one before. I'm not sure. If I subscribe to a club kit, do you still get a kickback from that? I genuinely do not know. I'm so professional. I possibly get a little kickback if someone clicks on one of my links and then signs up for kit. I might get that first initial little bit. I just assume that over time, like the next month, the month after, whatever, that I don't get anything. And that's fine. I'm not gonna worry about that. Like if people want to sign up, because there's so many different subscriptions out there, you know, different things, you know, Simon Says Stamp has their monthly kit. Other brands have either like a monthly kit or they have different product subscription offers, yada, yada, yada. Like there's a lot out there now and so much to pick and choose from, and they're awesome. And the big thing is you can save money. So I've just assumed that people like me don't make anything off of that, you know, off of a subscription, but I'm okay with it. I do what I do, and I promote subscription stuff, non-subscription stuff. I do whatever appeals to me. So hopefully that makes sense. I don't worry about it. So yes, he was unexpected. Yeah, I kept hoping to do I always try to squeeze in a bonus live here or there because they're just fun. I don't know. They're fun. But again, my life is chaos. It is. It really is. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Yesterday was fun. Did a lot of ink blending. I'm not even joking, like 7 different types of splatter, I think. It was nuts. It was sparkly and splatter. In fact, I have the cards sitting here because I made it yesterday. It was this one. It's blown out by my lighting. Yeah, I'll show it when I flip the camera down, which I'll do in a second. So yeah, that one's on my channel. It was fun. I used some of the new Pretty Pink Posh release. In fact, I'll flip the camera down because we're gonna make stuff, and then I can show you guys the card I made yesterday. Let me go right there. Yeah, there we go. Lighting is better on this one because the face camera with all the things like blows everything out, but it makes me look nicer. You know. Anyway, yeah, I made that one, and it is crazy, sparkly, fabulous. Love it. Nancy, thank you so much. That is... Oh, everything's moving. Okay. Sorry. There's a very tiny little gap between adding someone's comment to my live and banning them. I should contact Ecamm and be like, can you guys maybe change that a little bit? Because when the chat moves and I'm going to click on it, that's why I like freak out sometimes, because I was like, no, I want to feature you. Anyway, thank you, Nancy. Thank you. That was very nice of you. I very much appreciate it. Okay. Oh, and he put a link. There you go. The unpaid intern is earning his pretend money. Speaking of board games, I should just get a stack of Monopoly money. I can pay him with that. Because, you know, that's why he's unpaid intern. Maybe I'll make some money with paper, you know, it's $5. So I guess.
You can pay me in wax seals. I can't get enough of them.
I know, he won't leave the wax seals alone. Oh. Ah, yeah. They're like his little fidget things. Anyway, which I need to do more wax seals. Y'all, welcome to the chaos. Welcome to the chaos. Welcome to Doodlebug, because of course. For those that have followed me for a long time, you guys know. And if you're new to Doodlebug, because I had someone comment, I think the last time I used Doodlebug, which was just a couple weeks ago, whenever it was, and I used the same like die set and stuff. We'll get into it, but somebody commented and they were like, "Oh, I've never heard of Doodlebug before. It looks so cute," and I was just in the best way. It was like, "Oh, you're gonna have so much fun discovering like the cutest brand on the planet." I have been obsessed with Doodlebug for years. Years. I have quite a large collection. No regrets. I love it. I love it so much. And I still purchase new little collections when they come out because I can't help it. I can't help it. It's beautiful. So yeah, and I linked to the video in the description box below. I linked to a couple previous videos I did using a lot of the stuff I'm going to use today. And then, yeah, put out this one because it's been sitting here for a bit. This isn't like new. I don't remember when it came out. Who knows? They come out with multiple collections a year. And yeah, they stick to a very similar, like, Doodlebug has a pretty specific color palette and then just cutesy stuff. And so this one is the berry sweet pack, and it's so cute. It's so cute. Yeah. I don't get him peanut M&Ms anymore, but I get him other things. And for being, I guess, he's not real unpaid intern. I get him like very expensive sugar-free chocolate. Mm-hmm. Way more monies than the peanut M&Ms. But it's good for him. It's healthy. I don't like it. I can taste the health. I prefer chocolate full of sugar. You know, I've talked about that. I'm not a big fan of like dark chocolate either. Like, I'm not a purist. I was like, give me the sugar. Give me them mini eggs. Yep. Anyway. Doodlebug. Love it. Super cute. And again, they have like, these are the 6x8 packs, which are my personal favorite because they're great for card making. But they do like 12x12 and there's embellishments and frou-frous and just so many good things. It's kind of insane. They even have, I can show them. I have a couple of them because I also can't help it. And I started collecting like some of their keychain type things. I'll show you. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with a couple of these. I already have a couple hanging on my purse. A couple of the older ones. This one actually goes with this collection and I couldn't resist it. So yeah, this is just like, and these are nice. They're not like flimsy or anything. Like, yeah, if you like cutesy, these make nice little gifts and stuff too. But yeah, I've got, I think, like 2 of them hanging on my little purse because, you know, like, yeah. And they're solid. These are nice, and it actually has also an extra little binder clip and all the things. So I couldn't resist when I ordered this. I also ordered the little keychain because I was like, it's so cute. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, honestly. And then I got this one with the previous paper collection I used in that previous video. So the butterfly one is not adorable. It's adorable. Absolutely adorable. Like, yeah. Yeah. And it's just been sitting here because I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I already have a couple hanging from my I have so much stuff on my purse. I look like like a toddler, really. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, super cute stuff. I love Doodlebug. So I pulled out this pack. I started showing it, and yeah, cute stuff. Absolutely adorable. They're cute little critters, and all of it. You can't go wrong with Doodlebug. You just can't. It's adorable, And you get 2 of each. I always have to remind myself of that because it was like, oh no, cutting into the paper, but you get 2 of each in a pack. Or you can be like me sometimes and you get 2 packs so that one is kept nice and then the other one you can hack into, Whatever works. Whatever works. It helps keep your purse unique. Oh, my purse is unique. I have like little Hello Kitty things hanging from it and a little Hello Kitty similar to like a Labubu dude. And I was talking, I told them that story. going for lunch with a friend and her toddler, literally, like, we sat down to eat and he's like, can I play with that guy? I'm like, he's limited edition. Thankfully we had other things to keep him distracted. It was all good. But now every time I pull out my purse, Chris and I are just like, can I play with that guy? Because anyway, I'm all over the place. Welcome to the chaos, man. So yeah, my purse is fun. It makes me happy. Anyway, pattern paper and using it, because collecting our supplies and using them are 2 different hobbies, really, and there ain't nothing wrong with collecting it, especially like stuff that doesn't go bad. Pattern paper doesn't go bad. The little embellishments, they don't go bad. Who cares? If it brings you joy, I ain't gonna judge. Using it though, and especially using patterned paper, that is something I get asked a lot. Inspiration using it, because I used to use it a lot more in back in the day, and then I kind of stopped for a while, and then I whatever. But quite often, I will flip through my pattern paper, kind of get some inspiration, and not actually use it. Because I'll just be like, oh, I really like this color combo. More like this. It's like, ooh, the strawberries. And then I'll use something else. But it was inspired by the different, patterns, what have you. But today we're going to use it. And specifically with this die set. Because I'm obsessed. That's what I linked to the other videos. This was in the Simon Says Stamps February. It was a February card kit. Yeah, the February card kit, which sold out. The kit's not available, but everything's available on its own. This die set and the stencils, which I told y'all when I did my original video with these that I was not even going to put them away because I love them. I love them. They're so handy because the stencils, they're the Artful palette stencil pack, and there's 5 stencils in there. And each stencil has like layout ideas, and you could use them just as a stencil. I haven't even done that yet, but I was thinking about the other day. I was like, ooh, I could just like mask off each like area and just ink blend, and create a fun little colorful thing, and then put whatever I want on top of it. Haven't even done that yet, but you totally could. So you've got all these different layout ideas with them, like so. And then the other thing was the die set, which was made to go with it. And then there you go. So it's even labeled, the etching on there has all of the different sections labeled, and to go with all the different wafer dies in the set. And this is a good way to use your pattern paper, especially if you struggle with pattern paper, because I know a lot of people like mixing and matching and all the things. I get it. This is fun. This is fun, you know, and I love it. I love it. I love it so much. And I already forgot which one did I choose that I was going to use today. Not that one. Was it this one? I think it was this one. Yeah, this was. I was like, I don't even remember what I was doing. Okay, so yeah, we got dies and stencils, pattern paper, all the things, and then, yeah, they were fun. And of course, the original idea with this whole thing was like the Tim Holtz pattern paper, which is very, very nice. I heard somewhere. I heard somewhere that the next 3 colors are coming out possibly this week. I'm pretty sure it's this week. Don't quote me on that though, but that's what I heard. I think Heidi said it in their live or something. So yeah, I'll be ordering. I'll be ordering that. Do I need more pattern paper? No, but I like them. Anyway, the Tim Holtz pattern paper works awesome, but you can use whatever you've got. Or if you don't have pattern paper, you're not into it, you could also just take backgrounds that you've made or make backgrounds, stamp some backgrounds, 3D emboss backgrounds, do whatever you want, and then die cut your little pieces, what have you, and do it that way too, because you can make your own pattern paper. So options are limitless. I do hope they come out with more like this. I love it. I love it, and I keep reaching for it, and that's what I did today. So I took this one, and then yeah, yellow, green, and neutrals I think are coming out for March, and I think they're being officially released this week, from what I understand, and we'll just see. We'll see. So I chose my little layout, and then I went through the pack with the coordinating wafer dies that line up with all the thingies, and I did all my little die cutting. So I did this right before I started filming, just to save us some time, and I die cut pattern paper with I die cut the pattern paper with the coordinating dies, just like so. So I've got my layout's already figured out. I got my little patterns. It's all fabulous. And then to back this, I used the A2 Postage Rectangles, which I've used a bajillion times. Another like favorite. I don't bother putting this one away. So I have kind of like my base just from white cardstock, and I got this and this and this because I was like, ooh, the white will make the patterns pop. Yes. And I'm going to just adhere these this time just flat. I think the last video I did, and I did like die cut flowers and all the things, and I like popped these up, and I did a bit of grunge and all of that, which you totally can do. But for this, I'm just gonna like adhere these guys like as is, just flat, because I've got other die cuts I want to add on top. So got had an email from Ranger. Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Ranger probably has got them listed already. I haven't looked, y'all. I've been busy. I've been busy. It's hard to catch up with everything. Wow. But yeah, okay. So, and it doesn't have to be exact either. I'll get a little finicky just because I can. So we could just go like that. Like that. Yeah, that'll work. It'll be fine. And then I love the postage rectangles. Oh, I love them. But then I've made that pretty obvious over the years. Like we make cards and we mail them. So anything like postage themed, I'm here for it. Okay, so I'm just gonna line up my little guy. Like that. I think that'll work. And then just use the stencil as my, template here. And adhere. Super simple. Hello to everybody tuning in. And then, of course, you can also mix it up a bit. You don't have to do all pattern paper. You could do some of them pattern paper, and then some of them could be get that out of the way so I don't glue one thing on top of the other. Some could be solid colored cardstock. Or again, you could also do this, you know, do a couple of pattern paper, one cardstock, ink blend the other ones, you know, like options. Options. So there we got 2 so far. And then we're just going to keep going. There we go. Love it. And yeah, with these, I'm just adhering everything with liquid glue because it's easy and it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. And this will just be my fun little background. Okay. And yeah, you can't go wrong with Doodlebug. You just can't. It is so fun. And even if a person isn't like super into cutesy, it's more like just the fun patterns of it all. I love the cutesy little critters and characters they have, but more than anything, it's the colors and the patterns that is my absolute favorite. Do love it. Love it. Oh, so good. So good. The templates would be so great as ovals and circles. Oh yeah. Like you can just use the template as kind of an idea and then use what you've got. There are circle dies in this set too. So you could use a circle instead of the square. Like, okay, the sky's the limit. The sky is the limit. I just like that they're a good, like, kind of starting point. These different, like, layouts, you know, and to get you going and then play with it and then take it further. And I haven't even done that yet. Like in the previous videos I did, I just followed the templates, but like I said, I also haven't done ink blending with them yet. I need more hours in the day. I really do. I really, really do. Okay. So there we go. There's our little background. Boop, 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 boop. I love Doodlebug, especially the Doodle Pop. Oh, I love Doodle Pops. I have an insane collection of Doodle Pops. And I never use them. I dig through my stash and I'll like flip through them and shake them and all of it. And yeah, I love them. I love them. They're so cute. Okay, so we have that. And then I have a sentiment here. Where's the packaging for it? Here it is. For my main sentiment, I'm using the CZ Design with Love little die set. And that guy I had die cut from black cardstock. And I just die cut 2 layers. Do I want to add a third? I don't think I do. I don't think I need to add a third. Yeah, 2 layers is enough to build and give some dimension. And normally, what was I going to say? My brain stopped. Oh, normally I would have this like done off camera and layered together, but I didn't have time. But this doesn't take very long. And you could technically always skip sticking, die cutting and sticking multiple layers together of, you know, sentiments. But the reason I do it is because it looks better, you know? As Laura Basson says, dimension is life. And it does make a difference. It's a subtle difference, but it does make a difference. So a little bit of liquid glue. And we just use my little die pick to remove any little bits of glue that I have oozing out. Like that. Like that. Do. Yes, Simon says stamp. Yes, they do have the Tim Holtz pattern papers. I didn't check to see if they have like the new colors like available. They did have them all. Like everything's on pre-order because Tim already did a whole video on, he did a whole live stream on the palette papers, went through all of them, all the different color collections, and then said which colors are being released when. Because the pink, the orange, and the red were released back in early February, something like that. I forget now. I've already, like, all my days are running into each other. Or was that? No, it was January. January. Because those are part of the February kit. And then 3 more colors come out technically this week. Although some people are saying they already got them. And then he explained when the next, because I think there's going to be 12 altogether packs of pattern paper. Something like that. Everything's blurring into each other. And I no longer remember what's going on. There we go. My glue gun doesn't work as nice as yours does. Depends on the glue you're using and how you're using it. I'm not exactly sure. I've never had a problem with mine. Other than it clogs all the time, but that's because I never put the lid on and I just don't care about that. And this time, because the unpaid intern is here, I didn't forget the tittle.
You didn't?
Free the tittle. I didn't. They're the one on with this. It's little tiny. I didn't lose them. So I always like to stack them in place. Tiniest bit of glue, or you could skip it and just put a little like embellishment, you know. But I tried not to lose them. But when they're little like this one, it can happen. But yeah, stack them in place. Easiest way to do it. Like that. Embellishment one for the win. This one was upside down. Flip over. Boop. And then you just stick them into place. And there's our little sentiment. And it's perfect. And I love it. I love it so much. I got schmutz on it already. Good job. Good job. I did literally. Where's my little sand eraser? Get him. There we go. There we go. Yep. Yep. Good enough. Okay. So there's our sentiment. Like so. That I'll get back to in a second. So I've got my background. Has my sentiment. And then, no surprise. People should not be surprised. The Whirl Butterflies. These were part of their new release. So was this. Technically all this, within reason, was. Yeah. Yeah. I already did one video using it. These will be making a regular appearance in many videos because they're butterflies and I love them. And I thought they would look super cute with this. So I did. I'm not going to use like all of these. I'm not going to use all of these. I had done a bunch of die cutting because why would you not? And then, so I did a bunch of die cutting and I die cut them from white cardstock, the bodies from black, and the extra layers from Vellum because you cannot go wrong with Vellum. Love it. But then I'm going to add a little bit of color to these guys, just a smidge. Where's my, I need a brush. Where's my little, I need a little brush. He's hiding. There he is. Nope. Wrong one. Here we go. Okay. I needed some little blending brushes. Because I want to add just a little bit of color to these. I was going to leave them white and black, but I'm going to add a little bit of color to them because I can. Because I can. So, that'll work. Ooh, this one has some really dark red ink on it. We don't want that. So, let's get some of that excess ink off on a microfiber cloth. Because do I wash my brushes? No. And would I wash one in alive? Heck no. Because then it would be wet and would need to dry. But enough elbow grease on a cloth, we'll clean it off, you know? Are they already out of stock? The butterflies? I wouldn't be surprised if they are, but they'll restock them. Oh, yep. They were in stock before I went live. Wow. Figures. Yeah. The butterflies were they were in stock because I checked. They were in stock before I went live, and now they're out of stock. But they will get restocked as quickly as they can. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but they will get restocked.
It also says it's in stock for me.
Does it?
The Whirl butterflies wafer dye?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still see it in stock.
Oh, it says out of stock for me. I think you're just... Oh, yeah, notify me. Yeah, they're out of stock, sir. Yeah. Sir. Anyway, they will restock them. And generally, a lot of times with the dyes, it doesn't take too long. It depends. Everything is all over the place, but it shouldn't take a crazy amount of time for them to restock. Unlike things like I know with embossing folders, those take a insane amount of time to restock if they're even able to sometimes, because those take literally like 6+ months to restock with embossing folders. But wafer dyes and stamp sets generally get restocked in a decent amount of time. There's a lot of logistics involved, but they are usually able to get things in a decent amount. Okay, so I got my little pieces. I want, of course, like 3 for the inside, 3 for the outside, maybe a couple on the inside. Yeah, we'll start with that. I think that'll be more than enough. And then I just grabbed do you cut the Whirl dies on the Empress? I tend to have trouble. I do, and I cut into the cutting plate, not the magnet plate. When I am cutting dies like this that are have so much detail, any sort of die, especially these type, because like Simon has a lot of dies in the Whirl, because we talked about this in a live a while ago. They've released many, because there's leaves and other many things. Dies like this that have this crazy amount of detail, like all those little cut lines, anything like super intricate, I cut into the cutting plate and not the magnet plate with my Empress, because I just find that it gives a little bit of a sharper cut. Because I found when I'm trying to cut into the magnet plate with really detailed ones, unless the magnet plate is fresh, fresh, new, hasn't been stretched out, anything, it works okay. But usually I will cut into, I did. You can see it because I actually, those are all my little cut lines from this set. I had to switch to, because I use my plates until there's nothing left of them. But yeah, my worn out cutting plates weren't doing the job with these, and that's when I knew it was time to switch to a new plate, because my wonked and warped cutting plate, these weren't cutting, and I was getting really frustrated, and I was like, change the plates, Amy. You know this. I know this. So yes, with really intricate dies, I remind myself I cut into the plate and not the magnet, and it works way better. And then if it's like a larger, super intricate die, sometimes I will even add an extra little cardstock shim. It's rare. I almost never need to do that. And it's usually because, again, my plates are warped and worn out, stretched out, and just time to change them. So, yeah. Yeah. I was interested to hear Heidi say Memory Box. Oh yeah, Memory Box designs a lot of their dies. It's right on the packaging. Designed by Memory Box in partnership. Dave, the owner of Memory Box, is very good friends with Heidi at Simon Says Stamp, and they have been designing a lot of wafer dies for the Simon Says Stamp brand for many, many years. Some of my most favorite die sets that you guys see me use a lot are Memory Box under the Simon Says Stamp umbrella. So, yeah, they just don't stop with ideas. So, okay. That's a top. That one goes there. Doesn't really matter. This goes there. That's part of this guy. That's part of this guy. So there's our little like bodies of the butterflies. I was cutting the magnet, change it up. Yeah. Yeah. Flip and try cutting into your cutting plate and it should work better. Cause yeah. I think that was everything. Yeah. 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 And yeah, this, I will not be surprised. Today is Sunday, so it may take them a bit, but they will probably switch over some of the popular products from the new release. It'll say like pre-order so that people can order, but this was literally in stock right before it went live. So it's sold out in the meantime. Not because of me. It's been popular, obviously. But yeah, they'll probably, once they get an estimate of when they'll be able to get it back in stock. So I don't know right now, but it'll be soon. Rainbow Splash Ballet ink. We'll start with that. We're going to use it in a little brush just to add some color to these guys. And I'm not going to worry about any sort of like fabulous blend because one, it's not necessary. But also I'm going to add vellum on top of these. So that's going to soften it on its own. But I'm just going to take the color from the center and then just drag it out like that. Just simple, you know? Nothing too crazy. So that we start with that. The Whirl, I know, I love the Whirl. I'm gonna dig through my stash. I had them all kept together because there's leaf ones. There's a lot that, and I really like the Whirl collection of dies, and I had them all together at one point, but then I'm always digging through and pulling things out depending on what I'm making. But when this came out, I was like, oh, I have stuff that goes with those. And yes, Memory Box makes a lot of really cute dies. I have a few sitting here that I ordered because I can't help myself, and they're super cute, and they have some of the cutest little like critters, and just they make really nice dies. I really like. I'm a big fan of Memory Box. So yeah, I'm just taking the ink from the centers and dragging it out, and then like that. And this will give it just some pretty color. And this will soften a little bit. It's already starting to dry back, so it's not quite this dark. So this will soften a little bit as it dries. There we go. There we go. So yeah. And this is my kind of ink blending. No stress, no fuss. Just slap the color on. Because especially with all the piercing detail on this, the bristles of the brush kind of get down in there, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. It gives it extra like character. Like that. Then another thing you can do with stuff with this, or like any, doesn't have to be these butterfly wafer dies. I've used so many over the years. I have so many butterflies and dragonflies, but you could also do like some fun little inky backgrounds and then die cut. You could do that. Whatever floats your boat, really. Got that one. And then this one. Love it. Another thing, which I will wait until this die set is like back in stock, because I'm not going to keep promoting it, but die cut this from watercolor paper and drop on some water. So many ideas, y'all. So many ideas, not enough time. Okay, so I got that. And then I want to add a bit deeper of a pink. So that was Ballet from the Rainbow Splashings. And then I've got Princess, much deeper pink. And I'm just going to layer this right on top. Just because I can. Boop, 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 boop. Yep. And then repeat. Hold up all my punches, yeah. The only punches I've kept that I will not get rid of are my little corner rounders. I will not get rid of my corner rounder punches. Corner rounders, and I have a couple of basic shapes that I've kept. Like basic, like a basic circle punch, different sizes. Those I've kept. And like squares, like those just very basic shapes that those ones come more in handy for doing things like swatches and whatnot, because it's like I'm not going to sit and die cut 500 circles or whatever. It's like I can just use a punch. So I keep those. But yeah, I got rid of all my shape punches a million years ago. They did take up a lot of space. But we had those before we had wafer dies. You know, those by Marvy, was that the brand? Those big punches, the scallop. Like I had all the sizes of those scallop circles and scallop squares, and because that was the only way you could get those shapes. That was before die cut machines and wafer dies and all the things. Like, and then I had towel rods connected to a wooden door to store all those things because they weighed. My collection of punches weighed. I can picture that in my head. It was on my old website that got wiped out. So those pictures don't exist anymore. But yeah, all those little shape punches. The whale tail punches, So yeah. Did you donate? Probably. Some stuff I sold in D-Stash. There's a lot of stuff I boxed up and donated. I gave a lot of crafting supplies to a friend's kid, stuff like that. Cause yeah, there's always places that are willing to take things and give everything a second life. Okay, there we go. So there's my bit of blending. So now they have extra color and depth, and then I just want to wipe this off before I get it everywhere. Yeah, Memory Box makes really good. Just so many good designs. So many. Like, do I need more wafer dye? I do this as a job. I get so much product, but something will pop up and it'll be a new memory box release, and I'm like, so cute. So cute. Love it. Okay. So we got these guys. Then we've got Vellum die cuts. That is absolutely beautiful. You cannot go wrong with Vellum. I love it. I love Vellum so much. Okay. I have all my little pieces. So I got all my little Vellums. And then this is again where reverse tweezers and multiple pairs of reverse tracers. Come in handy. Okay. I plan on. Yes, I need to make a habit of printing off all my pictures. It's on the to-do list. Because, yeah, I don't trust digital nothing, really. And I got everybody little photo printers. Chris set his up. I haven't set mine up. It's still sitting in the box right above his head. I'll get to it. So, adding the vellum layer, which will look even better once these are done, because it'll get curled up a little bit more when the glue fully dries. But just a littlest bit of glue right down the center, because that'll get hidden when we adhere the bodies to these. But the vellum just softens all that inking, you know? So yeah, love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And yes, shimmery vellum would look amazing too. I do love me my shimmery vellum, but that's not what I already had these die cut, because I die cut a ton when I did my previous video using this set. I literally just die cut a pile of them because I just couldn't stop, because I was like, yay, butterflies. And I knew I was going to use them. So, love it so much. There we go. Boop. You know, we've had this discussion. Ooh, wrong one. That goes on this one. This discussion. Just physical media. Chris and I have talked about it a lot. We are kind of getting back into it. You know, digital was great. It's okay to a degree. And it was all fine in theory until different platforms and different providers pulling their little stunts and deleting media that we've purchased. And you know, when you purchase a video game or you purchase a movie, like purchase, not rent, but purchase it, it's yours. And books, because we talked about that in one of the live streams too, like these platforms, like deleting digital media that was purchased, and that, the levels of rage, because I'm like, no, that's not how it's supposed to work. It's not how that's supposed to work. Like, if you purchase it, it's now yours. They should not be allowed to delete it. So, yeah, we're going back to, and then my other big pet peeve, we have a list as long as my arm of different shows and movies and things that we want to watch, and now we're going right. We're coming full circle yet again with all of the platforms and subscriptions, and like the content's not available here. It's not available here. It was available here, and then it got sold. You know, and I'm like, you know what? Stop it. Stop it. I was like, we're going back to buying DVDs again and like having actual physical media, because I'm done with it. I'm so fed up. So, yeah. I was like, I'd like to be able to sit down and watch a show, and yeah. Anyway, there's my rant on that. Okay. So, adding my little, see how the vellum just, it's so good. The vellum just softens it. If a person does not have vellum in their craft stash, you should get some, because it is just one of the best, one of my favorite things to work with, because you can die cut it, you can stamp on it, you can use it for so many different things. I love it for critter wings, you know, butterflies and dragonflies, stuff like that, but then I use it for layers with sentiments. So many things. So many things you can do with vellum. I love it. And there's all our little butterflies with their little vellums. There we go. There we go. Like that. And then the bodies. I have all my little bodies. So I've got 1, 2. So I need 3 big bodies and 2 little ones. There we go. And then the rest will go back in the packaging for the next project when I pull them out again, because it won't be long for now. So this is where the reverse tweezers start coming into play. Because when you're adhering, just little guys like this. Boop. There we go. And then little dabs on there. Like that. There we go. So we've got 1, and then we just keep repeating. I still have DVDs and CDs. Yeah, I've got a stash. I went digging the other day and nearly had a panic attack. Because I have, like, Friends, the entire series, I have on DVD. Because I was getting tired of that, because that one's worth a massive fortune. So the streaming platforms, it jumps around to whoever's got enough money to buy it, you know? And I got so fed up with them moving. It's not on this platform. Now you need to subscribe to this platform to watch my little comfort show. And I was like, I own all these on DVD. You know what? I'm just going to, when I want to put it on, I can put it on that way. And then I couldn't find the container. And I was like losing my mind because I was like, please, I hope I didn't throw these out. I found them. We're good. We're good. So yeah, crisis averted. So then that guy, you just go like that. And again, you can do these however you want. But I like doing that. And then the reverse tweezers can just hold it while I go on to the next one. So the littlest bit of glue, like so. And then everything's on external hard drive. They keep in a fireproof box. Yes, that is another thing that's on my to-do list that I've been talking to the unpaid intern about. But even that, how long would a hard drive last?
Like
Really?
If you have data on it on a solid state drive in a cool, dry place, it will last probably for 20, 25 years.
20 to 25 years.
A magnetic hard drive?
But that's a solid state drive in a cool, dry
hard
place.
Drive, not as long. You
and
usually start losing data after about half a decade if you don't have it plugged in.
So a magnetic hard drive.
5 years.
5 years. Yeah. That's not very long, y'all. That's not very long. But a
If,
solid state drive stored in optimal conditions, which most of the time, let's be honest, isn't optimal, you can get a couple decades out of it before it starts to degrade. So, yeah. Not fun. Like, hard drives won't last forever. That's why we're getting more back into more physical media, but obviously everything has a shelf life, really.
That's also provided as like a new SSD as well.
Yes, new solid state. Yeah. The older stuff doesn't hold up as well. It all degrades. Love it so much. Love it so much. Anyway, it's got our little butterflies. The rounding storage stand. Yes. Yes. I love my little ink carousels. All my Altenew inks are labeled. I still need to swatch so many of them and organize it that way. Haven't got to it. And then still working on labeling my distress inks. Haven't had much time for that either, but progress is progress. Oh, aren't those pretty? So pretty. Okay. Let's get that guy. Yeah, these butterflies are fabulous. I'm not surprised they're sold out. They will get restocked, okay? They will. They will be restocked. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, the restock order's already been placed. That would not surprise me. But yeah, within the next day or two, I would expect to see on the listing like a date of when they expect to get them back. So not exactly sure right now what the turnaround time with. Sometimes I know, but as of right now, I have no idea what the turnaround time is with restocks. Boop. There we go. So there's our little. Do you have 2 carousels for the brush things? I do. Because one carousel holds, I forget exactly how many. It says on their site of the Stamp and Storage or whoever. Is it Stamp and Storage? Is that the one that has the carousels? I can't even remember right now. But yeah. Okay. I have that. And then I have my butterflies. And then. And then did I want to add. Yeah, let's add some baker's twine. Where's my baker's twine? I had it. There we go. Another thing I absolutely love from Doodlebug. And they used to have many colors. I don't know if they make. I'm honestly not sure. I know Simon Says Stamp only has like 4 colors now of it, and I don't think Doodlebug makes it anymore, and it breaks my heart because I love Doodlebug's Doodle Twine. Absolutely love it. And nothing compares to their Doodle Twine. I'm very picky about it. And I'm very picky about just baker's twine in general. Literally, I'm like so picky. Because they spoiled me with their Doodle Twine. And it's like, I don't know, it's not too thick and chunky. It's not too flimsy. I'm like Goldilocks with the baker's twine, but seriously. I've got preferences, you all. And I always get people that will like email me when I say this and they're like, well, you should try this. And I was like, tried it, don't like it. It's not the same. Doodle Twine. Like, Doodlebug, please bring it all back. Bring back all the colors. At one point, they released like chunky Doodle Twine, and I did buy a bunch of it, and I'm not a fan. It's too thick and too bulky for cards. It's cute because it's in all their colors and stuff, but I found I never really used it because it was just way too chunky for cards. And yeah, I do have a couple extra rolls of the black and white Doodle Twine and a few other colors still in my stash, but it is very much dwindling and it makes me sad because I love Doodle Twine. It's so perfect. So yeah, reverse tweezers for the win to pinch my little knot closed. Oop. Now let's see, it's starting to spin because I'm getting distracted. And then I'll pull them tight again. And especially with baker's twine, it will get a little finicky depending because it's several threads wrapped together. So, it wants to twist and do its thing. But there we go. Look at how cute that is. It's so cute. I love it. There we go. Okay. So got that. Love it. Love it. Cemetery says 120. And that's the one for the Altenew. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you plan on getting all the colors, you need 2. Because Altenew's got over 200. I lost count. I had it counted and then I forget. But it's over 200, I think, at this point. It's insane. Altenew has a lot of colors and I love it. I love it. Okay. So. Butterfly. I'm just going through the comments, you guys. I thought I missed something, but I think we're good. I have a different set of the World Butterflies. Yeah, this is the new set. The older version's not, it's like a different style. It's still the Whirl style, but it's a different like style, you know? Okay. So we've got our little bit of Bycourse twine. And I have my butterflies that are just fabulous. The sentiment I was planning on sticking like right there. And the other two will go on the inside. And of course we're gonna add splatter. Like, don't you worry. So got all that. I think I'm gonna put it on the card base before we add the splatter, because you know. But these guys, yeah, this is where I want them to go. So we can adhere these anyway to their, because then the glue can dry for a bit. So we can do like that. Just making sure. I'll get to the card base. I want to make sure they don't go past the edges of my card base. There we go. So got that guy. And then no, I don't love the tech. Well, tech will always be improving and changing, and then we just keep cycling back. You know, digital media was the new frontier, and everyone, we all cut the cable, save so much money, and then we're right back to it. Now there's 5 million subscription services, and it's just as much as we were paying for cable, if not more. So yeah, cycle back always in all the ways. Okay. It's got that guy, and then we'll add the little baby butterfly. He's gonna get glued right there, I think. Just being all cute. So we've got that. That can be set aside. Let that glue dry for a minute, because on the inside, my card base is sea glass cardstock, standard A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. This is also out of stock. I apologize. I'm just like, when I started this live, this was the only thing out of stock at the moment. And then you know, figures, my luck. And this will get restocked. And this, they might be able to restock quite quickly, because the stamps are manufactured not too far from Simon. But this is the CZ Design Good Greetings set. Just accept that you guys will see this in many videos, because I love it. I love it so much. It's so good. So I'm gonna use that, and then on the inside, with love. I like to have an amazing day. I'm gonna add 2 sentiments. 2 sentiments to the inside. I think you're pretty great, and have an amazing day. You could also use that one instead of one of the, like, you know, solid image sentiments, etc., because you could like stamp and die cut it and use that in place of like one of the elements with these Artful palette. Same with like a lot of these sentiments. When I pulled this out, and I was just like, ooh, this could go, you know, so many things. Anyway, take this, and then we're gonna move that. I did die cut a little bit more of the pattern paper for the inside, just cause. So did that one? Ooh, wait. Did I have one already stamped and die cut? Because now I'm like, my brain is warming up. I can't remember if I did this one or not. I got a mess. Where did all my pieces go? There they are. Let me dump these out. Y'all, I'm losing everything, including my mind. No one should be surprised. I have pre-stamped. Did I do the pretty? I don't know if I did that one though. Ha, I did. That saved me some time. Love that for me, even though I made a mess. Okay. Because yeah, in one of my previous videos, just the other day, I had shown, like I had stamped and heat embossed several of the sentiments from this set, and then I just threw them back in the packaging because I was like, I'll use them again, which I'm going to. Because then that way I can go like this. I could add that, and then I can stamp my little sub sentiment. So good. And there'll still be space to write something, and then I'm gonna add a couple more. Okay, this is good. This is good. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. So we've got that. We've got that. I just need to stamp this little sub sentiment. Can go like right there, I think. I think that'll look cute. Let's just get him straightened out a bit. There we go. Okay. And then we'll stamp him with black ink. And then it's just a little bit of VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. Perfection. And that's what I had done for the ones that I had pre-done. I had just stamped them with the VersaFine Claire Nocturne onto white cardstock, and then I'd clear heat embossed it just to save me the time from having to let the ink dry. So now that we have that, I can adhere the little extra bits of pattern paper that I had die cut when I was die cutting everything else. So we can go like that. And just layer those onto the inside of our card. Yes, Crafty Acorns. That's exactly why we're going back to physical media. Because yes, so many of the older movies that I want to watch, and the only way you can watch them is if you like purchase it digitally, or rent it for some stupid amount. And I'm like, no, just no, thank you. You know. And like I already said, I won't purchase digital movies ever. I just, because for the it was my other rant about like buying books, like digital books. It kind of drives me nuts that the price is the same as the physical copy. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I'm all for people getting paid for their work, that kind of stuff. I'm fine with that. But the digital version of something should be cheaper, in my opinion. But yeah, especially when you don't have the cost of producing the physical version. But yeah, okay. So then I got that, and this could be a layout for a card front. A little more clean and simple layout, because I don't really do a whole lot of clean and simple, but on the insides of my cards sometimes I do. Oh, so cute, so cute. Okay. I smile every time we say I am like super professional. I always gotta say it tongue in cheek and not take myself so seriously, because y'all, I make cards on the internet. That's my job. It is weird. It's kind of funny. I enjoy it, but this isn't rocket science. I'm not doing neurosurgery here or anything like that. Like, I just give people an escape for a bit. And I am more than okay with that. Okay. There's our inside looking just so cute. So cute. Yeah, that could be a card front. That could be a card front. Where's my bone folder? But it's not. It is the inside. Sometimes the insides of my cards are like extra like this, and I love it. And other times it's like just a stamped sentiment, and that's okay too. That's okay too. So we got that. And then I'm going to pop this guy on there. My card edge is a little bit wonky and kind of annoying me. So I'm just going to cut that off. Let's get everything out of the way first. And then I'm just going to trim like a literal sliver off the edge of my card. Much better. Now I'm happy. Now I'm happy. Okay, so got that. And then boop, 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 boop. This guy, I'm going to pop up with some Big Mama foam tape. Like so. Like so. Also, I forgot to mention, we're unsupervised for at least a couple minutes. I assume the unpaid intern went to the bathroom. So, we can cause chaos. For a little bit, anyway. Extra chaos. Oh, my goodness. There we go. I got that. And then, you know, I will always poke fun at myself because I just see no reason to take myself super seriously. But I also say that while being extremely appreciative of the people that tune in, whether it's my lives or watching my regular videos, following me on social media, etc. Because really, if it wasn't for you guys, I'd just be sitting here talking to myself. And that would get old real quick. Okay. So got some Big Mama foam tape in place. There we go. You are so lucky. Oh, it's not luck, man. Some of it maybe like just in the timing of things, but doing this as a job is not luck so much as a lot of time and effort, like blood, sweat, and tears over 2 decades. And especially the last decade, like doing this full time. Yeah. Okay. Did I pull? Yeah. Making sure I pulled off the backing off all the pieces. And then we got to make sure I get this centered on the card front. And then always double check when I start to like doubt myself. Okay, the card is opening that way. Everything's in the proper spot. There we go. So we got that. And then I was going to add, of course, because it's convenient. Do I want to do... Do I want to do picked raspberry? Yeah. Okay, a little bit of picked raspberry distress spritz splatter. Because I can. So yeah, do that. I need a little piece of washi tape to tape my card closed. To somewhat minimize getting splatter on the inside, but honestly, it still happens. I don't really care. But there we go. Okay, we're gonna do. Everything keeps falling on the floor. Okay, splat box. Splatter magnet for the win. Mess. So much mess. So much chaos. And okay. There we go. Okay. Yep. To make sure it is shaken up really, really well so there's no solid bits of shimmer in the bottom. And then I like to just open it up carefully. And I lost my brush already. Did it roll? Yeah, it rolled under my swap box. Okay. So I dip my brush in and then we'll add a bit of splatter. Maybe more than that. Get in there. Get a good amount going. Yes. This will add some shimmer. And this is why I left the sentiment off, so that I don't get splatter all over it. Although I'm not against that either, you know? Add a little bit extra to the butterfly wings, just because I can. That's good. That'll do, donkey. So, doop. Then, lid back on, so I don't knock that over. Then I'm going to add black splatter, because, you know, I like to live dangerously. So for that, I need that guy. And then I have my Positively Perfect Black Splatter Medium, which this stuff, be very careful with it. It is liquid. Like, very, very spillable. And very, very stainable. Because, like, my little silicone dude, that's from this. He is stained. I think at some point, because I tried it, a little bit of hand sanitizer will get some of this off. I don't really care. You know, it is what it is. But this stuff stains everything. And it does need to be stirred up because the pigments in this will settle to the bottom of the jar. All of the Simon splatter mediums need to be stirred because they all have pigments in them. Pigments settle at the bottom. I highly recommend stirring because if you shake these jars, you're getting liquid up and the liquid will get into the threads of the lid. And I have fused my jars shut. And then when I got the jar open, it got everywhere. Not fun. So, yeah, there's all my disclaimers and advice with this stuff. Oop. So I just wipe it off. Put that out of the way. And then this guy, when I'm splattering with it, and I don't want like a ton of splatter, I just dip my little fan brush in here. And then I'll do the first bit kind of off into the corner. And then I'll just keep sort of feeling it out. There we go. And I just don't tap as hard when I don't want, like, when I am in the mood for good splatter, you just give it a good whack, you know? And sometimes that's therapeutic. Just smack the crap out of the brush, which I proved because, you know, I broke this brush however long ago on that one live. That was funny. Okay, we're good. Because, yeah. And then immediately clean off my brush. And then wipe that guy off. You can get black silicones. I wouldn't want a black one. I like that they're lighter so I can actually see what's on it. And then I can, so that I don't get it where I don't want it. And like I said, I could clean that off with like some alcohol or some hand sanitizer. I just don't really care. So long as it's not all over me, which it was, now we're good. Lid is back on, so I can't knock that over. You can pick this guy up. Just like that. And then I'm going to pop my sentiment into place, which this I'll pop up with some more Big Mama foam tape. Got some cut down. That'll give it a little extra dimension because I don't need much. And then, do I want to add embellishments to this? I kind of do. I was gonna do black ones, but now ooh, those might be cute. Just wait, we'll see. We'll see in a second here. Gotta cut down a couple more of these. And then That one I cut too wide. Yeah, my brain is like already like shutting down. The live isn't over yet. I could just a little bit longer. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna do that. And then boop. I can put my little magnet away so I don't lose it. Get the backing off this foam tape. Like so. Boop. Okay. So I just gotta be careful because the splatter isn't fully dry yet. So I do not want to smear anything. There we go. Lovely. And then, do I want to add lighter pink or darker pink or black? Oh, the light pink works. Okay. And I can probably add these faster than the unpaid intern can because he's zoned out.
What am I supposed to add?
Oh, I can do it faster than you. Embellishment, that's going to give you like 5 million results. Literally. Like, Simon's got... They're definitely one-stop shop, man. And when it comes to embellishments... There we go. I added them. The bubblegum Pawsitively Dazzling gems, and I deleted the black ones. Because I'm going to add these, and then I'll add maybe some stickles just because I can. And while I'm doing that, the unpaid intern can pick a winner for this. Where are my stickles? Stickles. Yeah, well, probably add some stickles. So yeah, some Pawsitively Dazzling gems just to amp up the bling bling on these guys. Because, you know, as always, go big or go home. So, stick one like right there, right there. And then we can put a couple over here, like that. Like that. Like that. Yeah, just doop, like that. Okay. So then, I need my embellishment wand that was right in front of me. So we can adhere these guys with some liquid glue. Get in your home. There we go. There we go. Boop. Boop. And there. And we'll rotate. Most of the splatter's dry, but I'm not going to chance it because that's usually what's going to happen is I just make a big old oopsie. Got that. Okay. And then put these back in their little container so I don't knock this over. Been there, done that as well. Derp, derp. Okay. So I got that. And then I'm going to add a little bit of stickles to my barflies just because, you know, let's just add a good amount of extra sparkly goodness. So I'll add some to the bodies like that. And then I'm going to very lightly add just a little bit to these wings. Because when you add stickles to vellum, just the nature of vellum, because it's like so thin, and especially these pieces have been, with the die cutting and the piercing, the stickles will cause the vellum, like just naturally will cause it to curl. It'll flatten out a bit as it fully dries, but with die cut pieces like this, it can sometimes make them like go like that. So just be really light-handed with stuff like stickles, glossy accents, etc. on specifically vellum. There we go. So I just I'm not adding much, like barely squeezing the bottle, and then I use the nozzle to kind of drag it along. Just a bit. Doo, doo, doo. You know? And also if you apply it thin enough, it will dry fairly quickly. If you do glop it on, which I wouldn't recommend on vellum, because if you glop, the thicker it is, the thicker the stickles or anything like it, it takes a really long time to dry. And if you like, if I like loaded on stickles on this, the vellum could curl onto itself and just ruin it. But if you glop on stickles, you know, thick amounts, because you can be fairly dimensional with it, you just got to set it aside and let it dry overnight. But if you apply it really thin, like this, it'll dry for me roughly. It'll depend on the climate and stuff, but for me, it dries in like 20 minutes. Oh, it's gonna be sparkly. Add sprinkled astro paste. Oh yeah, you definitely can. It'll be similar. I need to pull out my astro paste and use them more. It's pretty. Just very light, little amounts, just to amp up that. And I do want it to pull up the vellum and curl it a bit, because then that will pull up that layers so that we can see how it's already starting to do that, because then we'll be able to see the cardstock layer underneath. Like, there's a method to my madness, you know? So I do want the vellum to curl a bit. I don't want it to like, so light hand. Like that. Just little tiny bits. And I've talked about this. I can't remember if it was a live stream. I've been using Stickles a lot lately. Like, Stickles is an OG product. You know, it's been around forever. Unlike other things where when I tell y'all, like, you know, use your paste, your liquid, like things that can like dry out, specifically paste, like they dry out in the containers. They just don't collect them. Get them and use them. Have fun with them. Unlike paste, Stickles, for the most part, seem to last forever. And it's mostly, I think, because of the nozzle. Like, not much air is able to get into these, because that's why pastes in their bigger jars, air does its thing. But because Stickles have such a narrow nozzle, like I have had these bottles, some of these bottles are years old. They work fine. They last. They're great. And they're cheap. They're only a few bucks for a bottle of Stickles. And I love it. I love it so much. Let's add just a little bit like that. Just let it do its thing. Kind of drag it along just very, very gently, you know? And then finish off these last little wings like that. There we go. Like so. Yes. Yep. Yep. Call it, Amy. Stop adding stuff to it. We're good. We're good. We're good. Everything's good. And what I gotta do now is remove that little piece of washi tape. Get it off my finger. And that, my friends, is our finished card. So we use those wafer dies and stencils and pattern paper to create our little background. Super simple. Can't go wrong with a good postage edge. Love it. Love it. These butterflies are great. We will know soon when they're going to be restocked. They will be restocked. I knew I was probably pushing it today when I was like planning, you know, what I was going to use. I was like, am I pushing it? Because it was most likely. Yeah, it was in stock before I went live, and then they went out of stock like 2 minutes into the live, which is what it is. But yeah, and then yeah, see, the wings are starting to curl up. I mean, see? You can see them curling up. And then yeah, that way you'll be able to see the ink blending a little bit better. So I will let that all dry. And then, of course, the inside was also super cute. Love these butterflies. Love this pattern paper. Really love that Artful palette. Like the stencils and the wafer dies. Let me move this over a little bit. Like, I'm obsessed with this die set and the stencils. I don't put them away. They have been sitting behind me because I use them and I reach for them, and I will keep reaching for them and using them over and over and over again because they're just, this is, in my opinion, such a great, just a, what I'll call it, it's a basic, basic shapes, some great little stencil templates, and then mix and match with whatever. Ooh, the wings have curled even more. See? They will flatten a little bit as the stickles fully dries. So always kind of just let it sit, If you apply it thin like this, let it sit for a good 20 minutes. Because, yeah. Sometimes, especially because that's where it's really starting to curl. It's because of the die cutting, So then different spots are getting pulled. It's physics. And yeah, so as it fully dries, though, it'll relax a bit, but that gives it, look at all that dimension, Can't go wrong. And this works with, it doesn't have to be this, but I've done this with a bunch of different butterfly die sets. I'll pull out some of my older ones. Hopefully, maybe get a video up soon using some of the other ones I've got, and the dragonfly. Like, there's so many, y'all. There's so many. We have so many good things. But yeah, that was the card. Let me switch to, there we go. And who am I going to mail it to?
Today's winner is Mary in Washington State.
Mary in Washington State.
Yep.
I haven't mailed out any cards for a while. Disclaimer. Probably should. That was one of the things I should have at the beginning. But you guys know, I will get them mailed out at some point. I don't know how far behind. I'm weeks behind, months, couple months. I think I have a couple months for it. Just you. Shh. I'll get to it. And I'll mail them out. I'm gonna. Y'all, I have been buried with work and class prep.
So much class prep.
Oh, that was a lot of work. It was fun, but yeah, prepping for my class, my Alta News Secret Garden Retreat 2026. I was prepping for that. I did a live. It's on their channel. Didn't work on mine because the tech gremlins lately. Tech gremlins, man.
They were more gremlin-y than usual.
Oh, that one was bad. It's in 3 parts. That live. I went live on the Alta News channel last Friday. Not this most recent, the Friday before. And made a card using some of the elements from the Secret Garden Retreat plus some oldie but goodie favorites. And me and Bridget had a great time, but that live is in 3 separate parts because we got kicked out multiple times. It was nuts. It was nuts. And people jumped around for us thanks to the disembodied hand. I like how you just wait for that opportunity so you can just get out of here. You're just done. He's done. Going on with his day.
My ear hurts.
Oh.
It's from that chair.
Yeah, that chair is super uncomfortable. We will have to add it to the list of things we have to deal with.
Yep.
But yeah, dealing with all the things, uploaded a ton of content, prepped for my class, for that. That's in May. Yeah, that's in May. And then, yeah, I did a bonus live yesterday. That was loads of fun. And then I'll have videos coming, several videos coming this week. There's new releases coming. So I've got a video hop I'm in. I'll have an Instagram, do my hickey, and other stuff using other parts too of the Simon February release because it came out right before the end of February. So their February release. So yeah, there will be lots and lots of content coming from me. I don't think I have any other housekeeping that I can think of. I don't think so. And then yeah, I need to get all the cards packaged up, mailed out. I still have to do that for all my fabulous Patreon supporters. I have a stack of cards to send out to them. I need more hours in the day. And Brinks, I addressed that on my Patreon. I did that during the AMA. We talked about that, and yeah, and what we're going to be doing about it. I missed something here, y'all. I hope they make more of these sets. I do too. I do hope that they come out with more. I'd be here for it. I had several people were asking, have said, like, especially with like the stencils, about like larger formats, 5x7, that sort of a thing. And I was like, yeah. Like, you can always take a lot of the ideas for things and make it your own. You can take, an idea like this that is sized for A2, so 4.25 by 5.5, and it's like you could turn this into 5x7. So just, and use either larger dies, or you can just cut down papers, use a corner rounder punch, things like that. Like, there's always ways to kind of scale. I like these for like the starting point. You know what I mean? Like, that is, I'm very much enjoying these Artful palettes, and I will be using them in more videos. There was something else the Tech Gremlins the Tech Gremlins were out in force. It's been a lot in a lot of places. Really annoying, crazy stuff. Your makeup is awesome. Thank you. I was in a mood. I rarely wear makeup for my videos, live streams. I just don't care. But yeah, I was in a mood today, and I was like playing with makeup, and I was only gonna put like a little bit of concealer and a little bit of mascara. I was like, ooh, just to make myself feel. And then it turned into like I was slapping on everything. I had fun. Oh my goodness. But yeah. Okay. I think I've caught up with all of the ideas for the card kit after the kit. Oh yeah. I generally revisit a lot of stuff and use it. If it's still available, a lot of times, especially if it becomes like a favorite. I know the Artful palette, like the stencil and the dies, have already become a favorite. So they'll just be put into like my little rotation of stuff that I have random piles and random bins of things that I use a lot, like the mushroom wafer dies, which we will be seeing again. I've got more ideas, so I just need more time. But things like that, that I can just keep mixing and matching with stuff I've got, new things, old things, all the fun things. And these these largest ones have. This is what I mean about the Vellum curling. It is very curled right now. It will settle a bit when it fully dries, but I also did want it to curl a bit too, so that it will show all the pretty ink blending, the pretty colors behind their wings. So I'm going to let that fully dry. I will do the photos, the social medias, blog post, etc., like I always do. And yeah, stay tuned. I have a bunch more content coming. I got to clean up this mess, and then I got to get to work on other stuff, because again, I got more videos coming this week and releases and fun stuff. So I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and those watching on the replay, appreciate you guys too. Like, I love that people enjoy my content and my weird personality. You guys are my people. So I love the mushrooms too. They're so fun. I ordered a little wafer die. I'm not sure when that order will get here, but something popped up when I was doing unnecessary craft shopping, and I was like, this would look really cute with the mushrooms. So I ordered it. I don't know when it'll get here, but there will be more videos coming using those mushrooms, because I fixate on odd things. I can't help myself. I don't know. And I never know what it'll be. Even things like this, die set. At first glance, I was like, okay. And I've talked about this before. It's always the things that my knee-jerk reaction is just like, okay, I haven't. And then I start using it, or I start like, and then the ideas start to roll, and I'm just like, this is the best thing ever. Same with those mushrooms. When I first got them, I was like, cool. Not sure what I'm gonna do with those. How many dozen videos later? Lots of things. Lots of things. Can't help myself. I love it. Okay. Yes, I appreciate you all. Appreciate the unpaid intern who, yeah, as soon as he's done, he's done. He's out of here. It's true though. That chair is very uncomfortable. Maybe he would hang out with. No, I was gonna say maybe he'd hang out with me more in here if I had a comfortable chair, but he works full time plus. I work full time plus. It is what it is. But appreciate him. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go and clean up and stop procrastinating, because that's what I do at the end of my lives, is chat with you guys, because I'm procrastinating because I don't want to clean up and do more work. But it is what it is. And I love the mushrooms so much I accidentally ordered them twice. I didn't. I purposely ordered a second one. Dyes that I use a ton, like that one, or just ones that are like my sentiment strips, those sorts of ones that I use. So if I find that I'm using them so much and like having to die cut like multiples, yada yada, I order more of them for convenience sake. So the mushrooms, I have 2 sets of those because I ordered a second set. It's convenient. And I need more of them. I don't know what it is about mushrooms. I don't know. I don't know why I like them so much. They just, for me, I think it's just, they're a neutral, because they're not a floral. They're not a critter. And they can just be so they can go for anything. Like I've done them for Halloween cards. I've done holiday cards. I've done, I think, almost every style of card with those mushroom wafer dyes. And I love it. I love it. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Full moon eclipse. Boo. I don't really subscribe to that kind of stuff, but at the same time, I'm like, if Mercury is retrograding or whatever people go on about, I'm just like, tracks. Although really, it's like, that's me every day. And I was like, Mercury must be retrograding or whatever. I have no idea. But it probably is, or something. Anyway, okay. Love them on cards, hate you. Yeah, I'm not a fan of them like in real life to actually eat them, but they make pretty little paper mushrooms. Okay, no more procrastinating. I'm gonna go. I appreciate you guys. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll be seeing you all very soon in more videos. So have a good one, everybody. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!